Hello, I'm Kazrin. I use she, her pronouns, and I help exhausted adults break the cycle of sleepless nights using research-backed approaches. Or for clinicians out there, I use evidence-based approaches. And I wanted to address a really common question I get, which is why, what about CBT-I works? What about what you do works? And this is especially coming from clinicians who are doing great work already with sleep hygiene. They're working with their clients on sleep, but they're not getting, the client isn't getting relief. They're not feeling better. So, in a way, the question is, what's different than what we're already doing? And maybe the client's really engaged. They're doing the sleep hygiene. Maybe they're even doing it so much that it's getting in the way of their life. They've cut caffeine out completely. They're afraid to do anything that would interfere with their bedtime. Maybe they're canceling a concert that they were looking forward to and not going to a child's travel baseball game because they want to make sure they have time to sleep. Maybe they're really doing all these things. And so the question is, what is CBTI going to do? Because the client's already doing so much. And so there's a couple things I want to touch on about why CBTI works. Part of it is that it's very counterintuitive. And a lot of what clients end up doing, especially if they're really driven to sleep well, anxious, and they're a motivated person in general, when they have a problem, they do something about it, they attack it. But that can actually backfire when it comes to sleeping well. So I'm going to elaborate more on that in a minute, but let's start with sleep hygiene. So let's say that you're working with a client and they have great sleep hygiene, comfortable mattress, they're not on their screen late at night, they're not drinking coffee before bed. How CBTI is different is that it's not sleep hygiene. So sleep hygiene is like dental hygiene. Great to do, all those things I listed before, great things to do. But just like dental hygiene, if there's a deeper issue, it's not enough. Cutting caffeine, screen time, having a comfortable, cool mattress, all that stuff isn't enough on its own once there's a deeper issue. So CBTI gets at the root of that issue. And it can also explain why, even when someone's doing so much for sleep and not seeing results, that CBTI works. Because the root of the issue, in some cases, especially when we're talking about sleep anxiety, is that they're doing so much for sleep, and all those behaviors are almost like safety behaviors. They're trying to avoid sleeplessness. So it all centers around, oh my gosh, what if I don't sleep? So the same activity could be good to do, but also backfire, depending on how we're thinking about it.